In this video I'm going to be giving you my first impressions of the Reebok Floatride Energy X. Welcome everybody to our first impressions of these, the Floatride Energy X. Bit of an ad hoc video. I thought to myself, actually we'll just film this today. Basically because I've just taken them off my feet again from another run. I thought, you know what, let's get a first impressions video out there and let you know sort of my initial thoughts, feedback on the shoe, because it's a really super exciting shoe. So let's do stats and features then. We've got 40mm stacked in the heels, a load of this Energy midsole. We've got a little bit of Energy Plus, I think they've called it, in the forefoot as well. The carbon plate is sat down here in the shoe. We've got a mesh upper, gusseted tongue, a little bit of foam around the ankle area to help with in terms of securing the lockdown and so you're not like sort of rocking around in the shoe a bit. The outsole is this sort of tacky rubberized material. It's got like these little knobbly bits on it, probably won't come out on the camera, and then you've got the bit around here which actually looks rather like a New Balance shoe, I think. Anyway, but yeah, plenty of traction there. It'd be interesting to see how this wears out. Mesh upper, 6mm drop, £130 on the UK website, but you can get some codes and get it discounted down. Weight is just under 10 ounces in my UK 9 and UK 9. I was going to say UK 9.5 because I always say UK 9.5 on the channel. And I think that's probably it in terms of stats and features. Like I said, the carbon plate is here. The shoe is marketed as a race day shoe, marathon, half marathon shoe is where it's marketed as well. Yeah, I think that's about it in terms of stats and features very quickly. We'll come on to more detail on the shoe when we do the performance review, and we'll come back to it. Say this is only an initial sort of first impressions review and it's very ad hoc, hence no studio setup. It's just me sitting in front of the computer behind me, and I've got like almost zero battery on the camera, so I didn't even think about doing this video. Right, okay, so where do we start? Right, firstly, this is not a shoe that I would run a marathon in, put that out there, but I do think if you're cost conscious, this is a shoe you could run a marathon in. Put that straight out there. For me, this is going to be a lot of fun for training miles. I won't race in this shoe. That's only because I'm so blessed and lucky enough to have so many shoes that I've got loads to choose from. But if you are on a budget, this shoe is going to be good for half marathon distance and potentially a marathon. In terms of training, it's a lot of fun, and it really reminds me of the Puma DV8 Nitro. That's where I'm comparing it against. There are other shoes that you can compare this against, and that's like the Hoka Rocket X, the Asics Magic Speed, in terms of budget carbon plated shoes. You could even say the Hoka Carbon X3 as well, maybe. And some of those sort of, yeah, those lesser priced carbon plated shoes. But I think with the code to get this under £100, this really does offer great value. The breathability on the upper is awesome. I really like the feel, the sort of bounce from this massive stack of Energy midsole. The traction's great. I've ran these on tarmac, I've ran these around the park, and I've ran these down the canal and tow path. It's been absolutely fine. I've not run them in the rain. It's been dry over here in the UK, so I can't comment on that. The weight is not an issue for me. I would say it's an issue for me in terms of the marathon distance, and that's why I wouldn't use it on a marathon. It is on the heavier side for a racing shoe for me. I prefer something lighter. But if you're, you know, never been in a super shoe or anything like that, this will feel light, it'll feel bouncy, it'll feel responsive. The carbon plate is definitely a nice addition. It just adds a little spring to your step, I think is the best way to describe it for me. It just brings a smile to your face. It is, like I said, like the Puma DV8 Nitro. It's just a fun shoe. It reminds me a little bit of the Saucony Endorphin Speed, which is £155. You could argue why not just buy that, but again, you can get this for under £100. If you can't afford the Saucony Endorphin Speed 2, then again, this could be a good way to go. I do think it lets itself down, the fact it doesn't have half sizes. That can be annoying. This is a UK 9, and it fits okay, but I do have to wear a thin sock with it. I would have much preferred a UK 9.25 if Reebok could do it, but that's just me being pedantic. Yeah, as I said it in the Floatride video, I'm between sizes on Reebok. I'm about 9.25, but the 9 works. Thin sock, job done. It's now summer, not spring, summer-ish here in the UK. And I'm going to be wearing a thin sock, so actually it doesn't matter. I was trying to talk Toby into buying a pair of these last night at club because they're so much fun. I was racing through my different paces, and it was just, yeah, it's just a lot of fun, and that's what I want from a shoe. I want something to make me feel awesome. I've said it in so many videos now. I want a shoe that makes me feel awesome. I think this really makes me feel awesome. One, because it's just so bouncy and so springy off the toe, and it's just yeah, it's just fun. I know I've said it about a million times. What are these sort of downsides to it? Yeah, apart from the sizing, I do question the durability. I still don't understand how Reebok can make shoes this cheap. All right, £130 is still a lot of money, okay? But, you know, when you're comparing what they've got in here versus some of the competitors, they've priced this really, really well. What else can I say about the shoe? Not much, really, other than I think it's worth you trying out. I know it's early days for me. It's only an initial impressions. We're going to put some more miles to it, and we'll come back and do a proper review instead of me just turning on the camera and talking about it. But I really, really want you to have a look at it if you're looking at a summer shoe, even like as a daily trainer that you want to do a bit of everything in, that you want to then, you know, rock up and do a half marathon. If people just rock up and run half marathons, I'm not sure. But yeah, if you want a training shoe that's going to be able to do a lot of everything, and that was the cool thing with the Puma, the DV8 Nitro, was that you could do pretty much everything in it, and that's what this shoe resonates with me. I'll probably do a comparison video with the Puma, even though I think the new version's going to be coming out soon, because I think it's a good comparison. This is definitely better in terms of fit, I think, for some of you guys, because of the collar of padding around the heel, because people were complaining with the DV8 Nitro of the heel slip. So I think this is a good comparison against that shoe. But just watch your sizing, that's the only thing with it. You know, the 10 would have been massive for me, so you're going to have to play around a little bit with the sizing. I think that's it, as in terms of an initial video impressions, first impressions. It picks up through the paces, it gets okay in terms of, it's not too unstable despite the stack on those slower paces. Yeah, you can do long runs in it. I think it will benefit if you're doing a long run with some pace work in it. I think this could work. But I think, yeah, just as a fun part of your daily training, if you're fortunate enough to have like the budget to be able to have 2 daily trainers or 2 shoes in your workout rotation, then this could be one to add in. So like maybe you get your bog standard daily trainer like a Nike Pegasus or a Gel Nimbus, something like that. And then you can add this in for those sort of fun days, up-tempo days, marathon goal pace, half marathon goal pace, 10k pace. When you're just mixing up your training sessions, this is where you could go. And if you get those codes and you can get this for under £100, it's definitely worth a look.